Hello students. We have already seen that a Jacobian matrix is a matrix that connects the velocity of the end effector with the joint variable velocity or the joint velocity. Since the velocity of the end effector can be linear or angular or even both, so in that case we will have six values and there may be n number of joins, so the Jacobian matrix will have a size of 6 by n. Now, how do we generally form the Jacobian matrix, or what is the structure of Jacobian matrix? To understand that, just let us first try to understand the case of a linear velocity. The linear velocity can be represented, let me take, yeah, the linear velocity can be represented as two parts. One is 0vn, which basically talks about the velocity of the nth frame with respect to the base frame or the 0th frame, and similarly 0 omega n, where omega is the angular velocity of the nth frame with respect to the 0th frame or the base frame. This is what has been divided basically into, the first, these will form the first three values of x dot, y dot, z dot, and these will form the values of omega x, omega y, and omega z. Now the same thing we can, since we are representing a frame reference here, so I can write this as x n0, which basically means the velocity of the nth frame, the x direction of the nth frame. Similarly, y dot can be written as 0 yn dot, and z can be written as 0 zn dot. Similarly, omega x can be written in a similar fashion. Omega x, omega y, omega z also can be written in similar fashion. Now, when we are writing this, let's write it in terms of an equation. Let's talk about, when we are talking about Vx or, 0xn, this can be basically called as the velocity Vx, okay, or the velocity in the x direction. This can be written as dx by dt. Now dx by dt can also be achieved by multiplying it, by differentiating x with respect to theta and multiplying it with the differentiation of theta with respect to time. So theta d theta cancel, we will get dx by dt. So I can write this as dx by d theta into theta dot. So in a way, I am trying to connect the velocity in the x direction to the joint velocity, and this forms part of one of the equation of the Jacobian matrix, one of the elements of the Jacobian matrix. So just like that, we can have for the case of y, and we can have for the case of Vy, similarly dy by d theta dot, into theta dot, and Vz as dz by d theta into theta dot, and together we can, we can find just the nv0, we can just find, 0vn, we can just find it as, if I'm going to put three values, it is going to be basically vx, vy, vz, that is going to be equal to, so if I'm going to write this as three different equations, this as first equation, second equation, third equation. So if I do that, then I can basically write this as vector, oh sorry, as dx by d theta, dy by d theta, and dz by d theta, that multiplied with theta dot. Look here, we have not written the omega one, we have just written the linear. So this is 3 by 1 matrix, this is 1 by 1, so this should be, for if you want to get the answer, this should be 3 by 1, and that is what it is. So basically the Jacobian matrix, we can write it in similar fashion, but if we are going to do this for each and every joint, it is going to be, you know, quite lengthy. So generally we can say that, so I will just write here, generally we can say that if we are having the velocity can be divided into two parts, which is the linear velocity and the angular velocity of n, and that is going to be having an equation in which we are having the Jacobian matrix multiplied with, you know, the matrix of q1 all the way up to qn dot. This is q1 dot. So obviously if this is 6 by 1 matrix and this is n by 1 matrix, so this should be a 6 by n matrix, and the Jacobian matrix itself we will divide it into two parts. First is for the linear velocity part, so I will write this as jv, and next I will write as j omega. Remember, jv is going to be 3 by n matrix, and similarly j omega is going to be also a 3 by n matrix. Together they become a 6 by n matrix. Now the question is, how do we write for any joint? So I'm just going to give you the general rule, okay, the general rule, and the proof of this general rule I will do later, because first we have to understand the general rule. So let me write that very clearly. So the general rule for writing the Jacobian. So we all know that we are having two types of joint. One is the prismatic joint, and the second one is the revolute joint. Okay, and we are trying to write for the case of, you know, the ith one. Suppose we are going to write for the case of the current joint. See, you have to understand this thing very clearly, that when we are talking about Jacobian matrix, you know, if I am going to look at the matrix 6 by n or 3 by n, let's take JV. JV will have, as we told here, 3 rows, the 3 rows and n number of columns. Okay, so this is 3 by n. Now here this n means number of joints. So for each joint, so this will be for joint 1, this column will be for joint 2, similarly the last one will be for joint n. So for each joint we will have a column. For each joint we will have a column. Now what I am trying to show here is, in this particular case, is what will be the column if the joint is prismatic. So if it is prismatic, then I will have to write for JV what is going to be JV, and similarly I will have to write what is going to be J omega. Okay, now if it's a simple prismatic joint, all we have to do is, for the case of, let me write it here as a condition, for the case of, let me take a different color. Okay, if suppose I is the current joint, I is the current joint, so I told you that for each joint we will have a column. So if how to write this particular column, that I am going to give you a short formula, and we will prove that later. Now if suppose this is the third joint, then in that case the joint number I is going to be 3. Okay, so we write for each and every column for each and every joint. So if it's a prismatic joint or if it's a revolute joint, how will you write the JV J omega column? So I is the current joint, and assume that there are n number of joints. So I will write n is equal to the number of joints. So if it's a prismatic joint, then JV can be simply written as 0 R I minus 1 multiplied with 0 0 1. What is 0 R I minus 1? 0 R I minus 1, if you remember, it is the rotation matrix of the transformation matrix. So if you remember, I had already taught that any transformation matrix between 0 and n can be written as rotation matrix 0 Rn, a displacement or a position matrix, not displacement, position matrix 0 dn with scaling factors of 0 and 1. So out of this one is the rotation matrix, the 3 by 3 rotation matrix. That rotation matrix is what is here. Okay, and if you are going to take the current joint to be the ith joint, you have to write the rotation matrix from the base to the I minus 1 frame. We will see how we will apply this in a later case when we take a specific example. Anyway, since the prismatic joint has no rotational movement, the rotational part or J omega will be basically all zeros. Next, if I am going to talk about the revolute joint, then the revolute joint will be, if there is a revolute joint, then it will have the JV or the linear velocity part given by the equation 0 R I minus 1 multiplied with 0 0 1. Up till this it is same as prismatic, but we are multiplying this with d 0 dn minus 0 d I minus 1. So this is, so let me bring this little bit inside. Okay, so this is the equation. So as you can see, it is not as simple as the case of a prismatic joint. It's not as simple as the case of a prismatic joint. It is slightly complicated with a multiplication factor of 0 dn minus. You will understand this once we do. Now when I do this, we have to do, this is not this is not a matrix multiplication that's happening here. It's a different kind of multiplication. We'll see that. Okay, we'll see that when we take an example. Similarly, for the J omega part, we can straight away write the same 0. Okay, can write it as 0 R I minus 1 multiplied with 0 0 1. So this is going to be the J omega part. So using this, we can keep on writing, or we can write the Jacobian matrix columns for each and every joint. So if there are 3 joints, we'll have to write 3 columns. Thank you.